Hey everyone, it's Bob, and I'm back for another thing. Today is... Wait a minute there. That's the wrong name, the wrong word, and the wrong channel. Or is it the wrong channel? Well, maybe not after all, because today is spreadsheet day. Alright, so before we go into the spreadsheet per se, so you might have guessed it by now, but I want to do a special shout out to the one and only OG spreadsheet master, Mr. Butt Thompson himself. So if you don't know him, he's a member of the community who's been tracking circulating supply and prices of VV collectibles in a Google Sheet document, and he's been doing this for many months now. So personally, I remember before the marketplace opened, he was tracking as well the eBay sales, and I used to consult his spreadsheet a lot in those early days to help me guide me with some purchases when I was just a newcomer in VV. So I just wanted to say so keep up the good work, and congratulations on reaching your the 2000 subs milestone as well. So yeah, so that your spreadsheet definitely inspired me into what I'm going to show in the next few minutes. And yeah, so finally, please keep those legendary intros coming. They're awesome. All right, so with that said, so what is this new spreadsheet all about? Well, as Mr. Mintvestor, it would make sense to assume that it is Mint related. And if that was your guess, then congratulations, you've guessed right. But what kind of Mint numbers would we want to track then? That's a good question. So just before I go into it, a little backstory on how I've come to this idea in the first place. So remember, so a few weeks ago, VV released the first NFT comic books from Marvel, and each comic book has 5 different cover variants. So with one for each of the different VV rarities. But the difference with collectibles is that there is no sequential numbering between 41 and the last edition number. So instead, everything is randomized, meaning that each edition number is only assigned to one of the rarities. So this was the context. So as the drops went by, so we've seen some people on Twitter having incredible luck. So well, the secret rare girls in particular, with not only getting those amazing cover variants, but also some crazy mints to go along with that. So for example, so we have a 779 Deadpool, and fun fact, so she was so excited by the Deadpool cover that she did not even notice the number at first. So with that and the following drops, so that got me thinking, and I was like, man, how can we know if this number is really the lowest mint number for a secret rare? And maybe, so for example, what about the 1896 ultra rare for the What If comic? So how good is that? So I've been having this reflection for a few days now, and this led me to this spreadsheet that is ready for. So after this professional quality transition, we can finally see the Excel file I have created. So first, well, I called it the Comint numbers because comic and mint, so Comint numbers. So first we have the summary tab. So here we have all the information about each comic and the corresponding VV drop. So, well, of course, what's the name of the series and the issue number, and publisher. So only Marvel, no surprise, but well, we're hopeful that we may get DC at some point. So of course that's not confirmation, but I mean it would make sense that this would happen one day. So we'll see. And then just so what was the drop date and just the order in which they were released as well. So this is the comic information, and then we have the important mint numbers. So here I 3 categories. So the year of the publication, and then what is the first publicly available mint number for that comic in VV, and the last number. So those are the numbers, and because we've said that each number appears only once, so if we ever wondered which rarity was for each of the numbers, so this is the purpose here. So as you can see, I started tracking some I didn't notice, but so the other ones I haven't seen or I don't know, so they are blank for now. And finally, so the final part of the table is the number of editions by Rarity, because so the comic drops, they do not have the same total number of editions, but so not only that, but the between the different rarities and the number that is kept by VV as well, sometimes it may be more difficult to keep track of it. So this is the point of this table here. Okay, and then we have 5 identical tabs, so 1 for each rarity. So first, well, this is the common tab. So again, so we need to know what comic we're talking about, and the goal here was to list the lowest known mint numbers for each of those. So of course, so the podiums for those who get the reference, so the top 3, and then so just the top 3 is not enough information, so I added 10 more, so we know the first 13 lowest known numbers, and then we have the reverse podium. So just for reference, so the 3 highest known numbers for those. So if we take a look at Secret Rare, for example, so here it's more interesting, and we see that the numbers, of course, they may be higher than we expect. And so let's see. Oh, this is the magic one I was referring to earlier. So right now, this allows us to answer the question. So well, as of today, it seems like it is the lowest known number for now, but again, so well, I guess now will be the time to say this. So everything here should not be taken as financial advice. This is just someone doing his best to track the numbers in the marketplace. But so by the definition, we are the circulating supply is just a fraction of the entire collection. So we may have someone having a 650 somewhere, but where it's just not known publicly, so we can never know if this is truly the lowest, but at least it helps give us an idea. I mean, using this as opposed to just not having anything at all. And finally, we have the community editions tab, where members of the community will be able to add mint numbers they have spotted if they want to. And somehow someone named Girl had already something to add here. So for the comic Good Drop Luck, issue number 13, well, she spotted the Secret Rare number 2639. So thank you for the information, but I think what she really meant to say was to wish all of you good luck with the upcoming drops. So, well, thank you, girl. Now, how she did manage to access my computer, that's another question, but yeah, so that's, I guess I'll leave it there. But more seriously, so, and in conclusion, so the aim of these tables was to make it easier for the community to track some key mint numbers for the comic books. And as you can see with this last tab here, so I intend to make this a publicly available spreadsheet, much like Butt Thompson does. But for now, I just wanted to introduce these news ideas to the community and see if, well, first, it is something that you would be interested in, and second, if you have any suggestions to make based on what you've seen today, so feel free to tell me, and I'll be able to make modifications or additions based on what you suggest. So as usual, thank you for watching. Those are the tables. Mr. Minvestor out.